Yeah. That thing bleed, know what I mean? That thing bleed.
I wasn't sure if we were gonna make it through the full musical intro with no vocals.
Slash. No, of course not. I'm here.
So for the second time, shout out to the peppermint tea.
Dog, having a bracelet with beads on it hurts when you got hairy arms.
That's why I stopped wearing them.
This shit hurts.
I got a bunch. I was like, nah.
I gotta drip them though, but it's all good. What up, y'all?
I don't even know what that means, but what? Oh, my mic cut out. Welcome. I don't know what's going on.
It's all good.
Episode 8. What's poppin', y'all?
Episode Ocho.
I got my Sour Patch watermelons.
Ocho no cinco.
Hey.
I got this Deer Park walk hard.
Walk hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm lying. It's just
I don't know
water.
what that is.
It's just normal aquatic water from Deer Park, wherever that is.
Yeah.
It's like Minnesota.
No one knows where
Looks like the
Deer
lakes
Park is.
Looks like the lakes of the waters of Minnetonka.
I don't even know where Minnetonka is.
Prince, baby.
You're right.
But
You're right.
let's get it started.
Let's get it started.
You know who it is. It's me. What more can I say?
We didn't
It's Reke.
What? Oh, okay.
It's Reke.
We didn't introduce ourselves last episode either, but
It's all good. They know who we are at this
welcome back. It's episode 8 of the Reke and Reem podcast.
Yeah. What it do?
Reke, Reem.
Hey.
What up?
What it do? You know, how you feeling today?
I'm great.
I'm great as well. So that's great.
Fantastic. Let's give ourselves a round of applause
That's
for
amazing.
greatness.
That's amazing. You know, one of the reasons I'm feeling great?
Gummy bears.
Because our man Sleepy Joe threw that insignia on the stimmy. We about to get it. I'm not even sized for the money. I'm just happy that they about to follow through with something.
Touche.
I'm happy that a promise is actually being kept for once. Because he had no choice but to keep that promise. And he tried not to.
Shots fired.
He really did.
You think so?
Yeah. That's why we didn't get till March. Like, he was talking about, well, as soon as I get in the office, the first thing we're doing is, and then he was doing a whole bunch of other shit. And then he took it away from a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
And then directed money to all these foreign countries.
Let's drop some bombs
for no reason. So
let's drop some bombs, cause some carnage.
He was trying to sneak out of paying the American people the money that we earned and we deserve. Maybe not earned, but we deserve it. It's ours.
Is there a president that hasn't done that? Like, has there ever been a president that actually fulfilled all their campaign promises, or is this just a recent thing? Like,
probably not.
Like a 2000s thing.
It's probably not since like the 1800s. I think maybe Franklin. I think FDR was.
Where's my phone? We need to do research.
Yeah, I think FDR was like the only president like was just universally like just fucked with. Like everybody loved FDR.
Mm.
Like I don't think he had any. I think all his opposers were really just crazy people.
Right.
You know, how can you be mad at FDR?
I don't know. I'm sure somebody is.
Delano.
Yeah. Is the hotel named after him?
Probably. Possibly.
I'll take the other side of that bet.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
What you gonna do with that stimmy, Playboy?
Oh, it's all invested. Maybe not all. I would say a good amount. Do some upgrades for the car, and then the rest is going as investments. That's
wise.
Really it. Just gonna invest it, flip it, then flip it again.
Not going
like
on no
an
trips.
acrobat.
You're not gonna spend it on no trips.
Nah.
No, you're not gonna just get that 1,200 at once and wave it at people.
You know,
I got money, bitches.
You know the funny thing about going on trips? Only people that go on trips like consistently are broke people.
Yo.
Because if you have money, most of the time, it's not a trip. Like, only time people like go on like vacations like that, where I'm gonna just go away and do nothing, yeah, it's broke people. Because think about it. People that have the money to go to the place where they want to go, they'll go there because they just want to be there. It's not like I want to get away. It's like I feel like being here. I'm going to go here and do some work and see if I can capitalize here. And then they enjoy it and keep making money and just go everywhere. Broke people are the only people that like, I want to go here and do absolutely nothing productive because I earned it. Like, think about it. You only do that shit with like family. Like when you got kids and you want to go to an amusement park or something like that. That's cool. That's vacation. But it's like, if it's just you.
That's so interesting. I never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
I don't know which y'all. We gonna have to clip this part. Y'all gonna have to weigh in on this one. I'm inclined to agree, but it's just so I never heard it put that way.
I'm not shitting on it because I do it too. Shit, I'm going on a trip this weekend.
People gonna tell you poor shaming.
Nothing. But
they're gonna tell you that you're poor shaming.
Oh, poor shaming. I'm not poor. I'm broke. There's a difference.
Broke shaming.
Broke is just a financial situation.
Temporary.
Poor is a mentality.
Temporary.
Hit y'all with my Dr. Umar real quick. But moral of the story is thank you to I'm not even gonna say thank you. Took long enough for the stimmy.
Yeah, for sure.
Took long enough.
They've been talking about it since last year.
Yeah. They gave us that little funky little $600. Like, here you go.
So, like, either politics is mad hard or these people are trash.
They're trash.
Or both.
Politics isn't that hard. See, the thing, that's the problem. It's not, what is politics? Like, what is the definition of politics? Because that's what I really want to know. Because that word is used to describe a lot of shit.
Touche.
So, like, what does that mean? Like, is politics passing bills?
This definition is the longest definition I've ever seen in a dictionary ever.
Yeah, please read that off. I can't squint with glasses on. That's a jinx.
I'm gonna give you to the first comma. It says the activities associated with the governance of a country or other area.
See, that's the problem. It's too broad. Politics is too broad.
Yeah, this definition is actually stupid long. This is wild. Like, you got to scroll. This is amazing.
That's the problem right there.
Governance, baby.
Is see, but it kind of goes to the point of when you got power, you do what the fuck you want. So you choose the word politics. Broad definition.
Rules are for the people that have to follow them.
Broad definition. So you can't pinpoint things that people have to do. It's just, this is politics, baby. What is politics? Politics is politics. And no one really disagrees with it. So that's the problem right there. We need to find a new word for politics. Or we need to start singling out or individualizing the responsibilities. Because, yeah, politics is just too jumbled. That's the issue. It's too much that you can do. And when you're in it, you have power for yourself. So you just be doing shit to try to get more power. But we all kind of stupid. So
fair.
We all do some dumb shit.
Fair.
But yeah. But anyways, yes. Regarding to the stimulus, funny enough, even though I'm not spending my money on a trip, I am going on a trip this weekend. My good friend.
Where you going to, my youth?
I'm going to for my good friend Kyle. 24th birthday. Happy birthday, Kyle. He's probably not going to watch this, but if you do, you're getting a shout out. Happy birthday, Kyle. Kobe year. Mama mentality all the way through. But we're going down to Massanutten. Go to a nice Airbnb house. Just good vibes, good energy. Like I said, we about to take a brokey trip. Just go do nothing in a house. Enjoy each other's company. Play some games, do some activities. And just come on home. Nothing more, nothing less. All love, all good vibes. And I also want to give a shout out to my other man, my man Jared. He recently just signed with an indoor football team. Shout out to my man. I've been working crazy hard. Made it happen. I have a friend, like a very close friend that is a professional athlete. I'm that nigga now that's gonna be telling people, yeah, my man plays for the such and such.
Right.
I'm already claiming it. I'm that nigga. It's weird though, cause it's like I wasn't surprised because he works hard. So you don't be surprised when hard work is rewarded very often, because
You're just proud.
You know it's coming. Exactly.
Just
You
proud.
just feel happy for him. So genuine happiness for my man. But yes, this is gonna be fun. I'm planning on cooking for everybody. I've been watching a lot of Gordon Ramsay, and I'm about to get in a bag that no one knows that I have.
I'm interested in hearing how this goes.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing. I might go live.
The stories next week are going to be incredible.
The stories next week are gonna be either incredible or limited, which will still be incredible.
Fair.
But yes, I'm happy. I'm going to get away with some good friends. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. Everybody should take a brokey trip with their friends once in life. I got to call them brokey trips now because I started out strong, so I can't go back to vacation. But everybody should take a friend brokey trip. But when you got money, then y'all can just convene somewhere together
And just sit.
and just hang out.
And hang.
But that's the thing, though. Also, when you got money, when you got money,
That's what Dan
you take
Pena
trips.
said.
Like,
Only broke people hang.
I mean,
I'm not saying I agree. I'm just saying that's what he says.
No, I agree. I definitely agree. Because think about it. Only broke people can sit around and just talk about nothing productive. And being broke is not a specific type of person.
Being broke is a luxury. Is that what you're saying? Some people can afford to be broke. You have to be broke to afford the ability to sit around and talk about nothing.
Yep. Because it's nothing.
Turned that on its head, didn't ya? Didn't ya?
Exactly. See, I'm not talking shit about nobody. But
speaking of which, though, I guess it kind of goes to your mentality thing, though. And I had this conversation earlier with Demo. Shout out to Demo.
Demolition.
We don't need as much as we think we do.
We don't need
to do
shit.
the things that we say we want to do.
We don't.
And I feel like the way I live my life is a testament to that.
Minimalistic.
But we also everyone needs reminders. So Demo is he's putting together a podcast. And he's going through the motions of whatever, getting everything set up, getting his guests in line, yada yada yada. Then the discussion of the camera comes up. It's like, yeah, my man has the DSLR. It's like, long ass name, but he can only record 30 minutes. I'm like, so of course, Demo likes to research, doing his research, looking up cameras. To get a DSLR that can record ideally indefinitely, it's a stack minimum.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Technology is very expensive.
Yeah, but then also consider
good technology.
There's all the little extra widgets and menu items and features and stuff that don't nobody know how to use for real.
Yeah.
Right? That's what you're paying for.
Yeah, the people that have a stack to pay for shit like that because they require that because the stack is
because their job pays for it.
Yeah.
Or they're so deep in the hobby that it's worth the investment.
Yeah.
But and I would say, let's say that's 7% of the people that actually buy this shit.
I would say it's probably closer to 5.
Okay, whatever. So then the flip side is, okay, what does one actually need? And then I told him, we've been recording our joint on an iPad. He's like, oh, really? Like, yeah, bro.
iPad.
And it's $350. You can edit right on the iPad if you choose. I don't, but it's right there.
Yeah, we have options.
And the camera is good enough. Like, you don't need to spend a stack on a camera where you got features that you're never even going to understand. Or rather, you're never going to spend the time to understand.
Yeah, if you're not just fine like that, get the camera that don't have the best resolution because it makes you look cuter.
Not even that. Just get a fucking iPad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh. And I mean, you can get lenses and stuff for the iPad too, but for $350 you can't beat it. I know it sounds like an advertisement. I wish we did get, sponsored by Apple, but for real, like, I mean, even we started this recording on the phone.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, we have access to iPads. You don't really need an iPad and a tripod and then something to record audio. And you're in the pocket.
In the pocket. The pocket.
Yeah, it's incredible what you can do with what you have when you actually seek to maximize the tools that are available to you.
The pocket is a snug fit. That's why a lot of people think it's too small.
I feel like that was really profound.
I mean, yeah, if you think about it, when you put your hand in your pocket,
Yeah.
it's not like you can just
Especially
wish it
these
around.
days.
Your hand is in your pocket, but your hand fits. Your hand fits comfortably. But all that fits in your pocket comfortably is your hand. So.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting.
The pocket is a snug fit.
Yeah.
Like it's supposed to be.
And I fallen victim to this too. Like, buying materials and equipment that I don't need and I hardly use. And it's like, you look back, I didn't need any of this. And then you go back to using the one little thing that works for real.
Mm-hmm.
And you make it happen.
Yeah.
But then we get hyped and start feeling ourselves and then forget that we don't have to do that and then end up buying extra stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Victims.
like if you look around yourself, you got most everything you need already. Just do. If you can imagine it means you already have the tools for it. So just start executing whatever you're imagining, and everything else will show up.
Yeah.
Le promise. There you go. Just
go do some shit.
Just go do some shit.
And then it'll start.
That might be the title. Just go do some shit.
Yeah. Things will start happening.
I don't even know what number we're on. Oh, you skipped this.
I didn't even realize. But funny enough, I actually kind of wanted to go from here to here because they're kind of related. There's a lot of relations here. But
fire away.
So I think Master P should run for president.
Go on.
I think
I'd vote for him.
Percy Miller.
Percy Miller.
Yes, Percy Miller.
Percy for prez.
Because it's Percy, Hersey, and Ursy, like all of, and then Romeo.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess he's a fan of Shakespeare, Macbeth, Othello. But yes, Percy Miller should run for president. Master P, Percy Miller should run for president. Yeah. I just think he's the most qualified human being in here in the United States of America to lead people.
Hot take.
Like lead people, not lead businessmen, not lead businesses. Well, he has very successful businesses, but his businesses are people driven. Like he's hands on with a lot of shit. Yeah. Like, and people know he's hands on. That's why they trust him and work hard for him. He is a leader of men, if nothing more or nothing less. He's a leader of men. He's a leader of folks.
I think you would take that as a compliment.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything negative, but I honestly think Master P should run for president.
I'd vote for him.
Because ain't shit that he has done come up flimsy, negative. He ain't had a bad deal. Ain't nobody came out and been like, Percy Miller did me dirty.
And he's out here saving people on the low and never says a word.
Percy Miller needs to run for president.
Like he did 50's whole first tour. Funded it.
Dog. He was talking about how even as a rookie in the NBA on the same team as Charles Oakley, he ain't carry nobody's bags.
Yeah, because that's, yeah.
No. It wasn't like on some like, oh, he's Percy Miller, Master P. It's like,
nah, he just wasn't going for it.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
You saw him was talking on Club Shay Shay?
Yeah.
He needs to run for president. And he should be the only president allowed to wear them dark-ass Stevie Wonder glasses at all times. Do you follow him on Instagram?
Yeah.
Every morning he like jogs in army pants. Like he jogs in an outfit that you would see like a 35-year-old wear at the club. No offense to you, not your type of 35, but like that 35-year-old.
Just put me out there, Jesus.
I didn't
it's okay. I really don't. I'm kidding.
The range.
I'm kidding. I don't care.
Yeah. Like you know them dudes that just still want to be flashy, so they get like. But he from Louisiana, so that's just the swag down.
No, I feel he's out there in a fit, getting his jog on. Yeah.
Yes. The funny thing is, it started off as jogs, and you can see his age. It started to walks. They're walks now. Like he was jogging at like 4 a.m. Now he's like walking at like 10. But he's still out there every morning doing his speech, doing his walks, doing what he got to do. And that's what I'm saying. He's real about it. He ain't even try to hide the fact that I ain't running no more. Yeah. Like it's just there. Why has he? It's probably because he knows the definition of politics is too broad, and getting into politics means you're selling your soul. So I don't want to wish that on him, but like we need
some real. I know what you mean. We
just
need some real.
Just like in the NBA, how they need to let people that aren't in the NBA do the dunk contest. We need to let people that aren't in politics run the country.
People that aren't politicians.
Yes, people that aren't politicians. We need to let them be leaders. Like. If Jeff Bezos ran this country, we'd all be millionaires.
Honestly, if I don't know about that, but I think that if politics was not a pathway to wealth, we'd be a much better led country.
Absolutely.
Because we read these old philosophers and stuff, like Greek and Roman philosophers, and definitely with the Greeks, when you were a public servant, you were a public servant. Like the politics was a seat of prestige and prestige alone. It was not for wealth whatsoever.
Yeah.
It was just because people thought you of sound mind and character and thought you fit to lead, and then you did your service basically in poverty, and then you came out and went back to regular life. But that was
you were a man of the people, and you catch homeboys just walking around on the street. Sometimes they'll have regular job, and that's why you have to have the people run the people, because they understand the people. You can't have this bubble of folks that live and talk to only this bubble of folks talking about what the people need. They ain't been the people ever. It's just simple as that.
Facts.
But let me hop off my soapbox before they get me on my Dr. Umar
Master
shit.
P for Press. I did watch a video earlier today. It was talking about separation, and you saw the same video, maybe not. So
no.
Buddy was doing a radio interview, and it was in L.A. He said he went and got some gangbangers, threw them in the truck, in the car or whatever. It's like, all right, we about to go for a ride. I just need you to come with me.
Sounds fun.
So they drive, he said, went down the 110, whatever, made a left, gave the directions. So look at the sign. What'd you see? Chinatown. So they drive a little bit.
I saw this.
He said, all right, look at the signs on the street. Read them. We can't. Why? Because they're all in Chinese. They get out the car, go to a store. He picks up his things. He's sitting there. So the folks in the store are serving everybody else. And then his folks, the youngest he has with him, they're like, oh, this is discrimination. They're not serving you. He's like, no. They're serving their own first. They know I'm only here, for the one time. Their customers, the folks they're prioritizing are here consistently. That's where they make their money. So they're going to focus on them and then get to me. And he said eventually he came over to him and asked him whatever, so he bounced. Go down the road, yada, yada, yada. What's the name of this place? Japantown. Go around the corner. What's this place? Taiwan Town, which is new. Then there's Koreatown, and then Little Armenia. Or no, it's Little Tokyo, not Tokyo Town. And he was talking about how, and then he went back to the block, back to the hood, and he went to the swap meet. It's like, all right, who you see here? But then even at the swap meet, which is in, the black neighborhoods, all the folks selling at the swap meet were folks from all the other neighborhoods. And it's like people misunderstand, when I guess people from the nation, speakers from the nation talk about separating. It's like all these people, all these neighborhoods have their names. They are separate, but they still participate in the U.S. economy. You know what I'm saying? But
separate but equal.
Yeah, but it's separate.
Actually,
so you go like their signs are in Chinese. It's not for y'all. This is for us and ours.
Yeah.
Go to Little Tokyo, whatever, all that. So it's like it was really well put.
It's not to say that you're not welcome. It's just if you're gonna come here, then
respect it as for us.
Respect our culture. Take the time to learn about it so that you can come and enjoy it thoroughly.
Touche.
Don't come in here with that half-ass shit like Taco Bell. I'm just saying.
That was a great point.
But yeah, it goes as I said. But you know what else I've noticed about Master P, which has told me that he's never done anybody dirty. Like you don't just see him pop up with like another young random artist that maybe he's gonna be on, maybe he's not. We gotta wait 2 years to see. But he acting like he's all the shit right now. And this had me thinking. This made me think. This is my hot take for the day. This had me thinking. A lot of these young rappers, right? I say that like I'm 10 years older than
whatever.
Them. Some of them are older than me. That's the funny part about it. But a lot of the new rappers, I ain't gonna say young rappers, a lot of the new rappers, they seem to, at least the ones in the mainstream, they get on because of their connections and who they know, who they're associated with. And a lot of these associations, I wonder where they came from, what they come from. You know what I mean? Sometimes this dude's trying to connect with the youth, trying to get in touch. And sometimes they really, I feel like, are trying to get in touch with the youth. So, but I just feel like that's some shit that a lot of people, a lot of the higher ups in the rap game are taking from white people in wealth. It's like once you get to a certain level, you gotta start being weird to like stay there, or like you gotta start fucking with weird stuff to stay there.
Okay. I see the dots you're connecting.
And
I see the dots.
This is
Yeah, we ain't heard no stories about like that about P.
we haven't heard a goddamn story.
Only thing people come out and say about P is that he saved their lives and like
Saved
low
my
key
fucking
funded
life.
stuff. You never heard nothing sideways about
No.
P.
No, never have, never will. But you've heard stories about you hearing a lot of things coming out randomly about Kanye now. Not a lot, but there was the Jeffree Star situation.
Did I did I know about that? I don't think I know about that. What happened?
Probably not. There was Kim and Kanye are getting divorced or they filed for divorce.
Something like that,
whatever
yeah.
the fuck is going on. But there was some speculation that part of the reason for that was
We try to holler at him.
No, that they was already hollering at each other. Ye and Jeffree Star. You know who Jeffree Star is, right?
Yeah, I know who Jeffree Star is.
Yeah. He has an amazing car collection. Or she, or whatever the fuck it is. He has an amazing car collection.
I know his makeup work is amazing.
Bar none. But he has an
Artistry.
amazing car collection. But there was that. And I recently saw, and I'm not saying this about the young man.
It's hot as shit in here.
It is rather warm. It's rather warm. That's my hot take. I'm just like, sometimes I just be wondering like why niggas be hanging out with certain niggas, or like why rappers and certain entertainers be hanging out with certain entertainers. And of course, some of it is collabs, but it's like
birds of a feather, my guy.
Yeah, and it also made me question. It's like rap. That's a form of poetry, right?
Yeah.
Like literally.
Yeah.
Like it could be defined as a
No, it is poetry.
Okay. So how many rappers are there actually today?
Depends on how you define it, my guy. You mean like
Defined it
successful
by-
careers or just people that rap?
Defined by the word. See, that's what I'm saying. We already kind of got off the topic. The word rap, to be a rapper, to rap,
Mm-hmm.
is to perform poetry. It's a form of poetry.
Mm.
It's a poem. How many rappers are there actually today that are performing poetry? No.
Oh.
That are actually giving a not all poetry is of substance.
Right. I mean, Dr. Seuss is poetry. I feel what you're saying.
Yes.
But you mean like actually something with substance?
Something like how many of
that's
them
just-
are thinking of it in that terms of like, all right, I'm supposed to come up with something rather than make cool sounds.
I feel you. And no, I don't know if we can genuinely make that distinction because someone looks at a Basquiat and it's like, well, my kid could draw that. Or you look at a Rothko and it's like, it's just a gradient of two colors. Why do I care? And then you look at it, and then you look at a old, you look at the Sistine Chapel, and Michelangelo painted the whole ceiling, and it's all this magnificent detailed work. And it's like, all right, this is art, and that's not. Why not?
That's because of what people perceive as art, obviously.
And there's also
what they're taught is art.
I saw a documentary where an art student, as far as for his I guess thesis, basically put a bunch of paint up his butt and shat it on the canvas as performance art, and that was his thesis. And it's like, no, y'all just like this is some bullshit. But it depends on who the audience is. Really, oh my god, this is so sophisticated. No, it's not. You're
I think
a fucking
art
idiot.
is defined by intent.
I
think your intent with your actions classifies it rather as art or just an action. Because, like you said, when you're comparing a Basquiat, my kid could draw that, but the intentions behind the painting that Basquiat drew, he drew it like that for a reason, and he drew that for a reason. It wasn't like he was just sitting in there,
right,
aimlessly scribbling. Like he had a thought that provoked him to do that.
And to your point, one of the criticisms in the documentary was that people took. I can't remember the previous reference. It might have been wow, I'm blanking on his name right now. The dude who does I gotta look it up. He does like splatter paintings, but instead of understanding that he basically created his own technique and was doing his own thing, they just took the splatter painting aspect and ran with it.
Yeah.
And then they're trying to do splatter paint when in all these ridiculous ways, as opposed to really identifying with the artist and what he was trying to convey with the direction or with the mechanism that he used to paint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So instead of, like you said, looking at the intent and, the message, it was, oh, it's splatter paints. I'm gonna splatter paint out my ass and I'm an artist. No, you're not.
Exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. There has to be you have to be able to explain it. Like Basquiat could explain every drawing he drew.
Jackson Pollock, that's what it is. It was in my mind. Connell has a picture of him that's actually super dope, but
he can probably explain that
for sure. But like people look at that and they're like, oh, it's no.
Yeah, because people are imbeciles. Like he could really just sit here and he can explain that to everybody. He could explain every line and everything. Maybe not every single line, but he could explain the purpose of that. Like 7 bands, crazy. But yeah, like so that begs the question. Like there's certain people. I'm not gonna say certain people, but yeah, that's my question. How many people are really actual artists? Like that's what we gotta go back to defining words for what their real definition is, and not what we feel like it should be. Like, what does that shit say in writing?
So then that also begs the question, though, right? Because, words, their definitions change over time, which is why etymology is important in terms like where the root of a word, where it comes from, and how it's changed over time. And that was my whole thing with nice. When you describe people as nice, if you look at the etymology, it basically is, one step shy of calling someone retarded. And it's like, that's why it's low key. That's why it's not a fulfilling compliment.
Understand.
We know. So yeah, it just depends on how far you want to, take words back to their original meanings. And you can play that game forever.
Yeah, we definitely could.
All right,
I ain't got no thesaurus or definition book, so I mean dictionary. I call it definition book. Hey, I mean it is what it is, though. You feel me? Oh, he's on that good crap.
Yo, you're hilarious. All right. Yeah, the the last 2 topics I got are actually very similar.
So we can just join them into one.
It's about to, because they're gonna lead into each other. But one is, is pruning your life. Okay.
What you mean by that?
Yeah. So I'm gonna pull up the definition of pruning again, because I think people want to know. They need to know. All right.
You're a prune.
So you know what a bonsai tree is?
I've heard of it.
So it's a tree, but the whole tree is like the size of a basketball.
Mm-hmm.
If you look real close, it looks like a full-on tree, has all kinds of branches, leaves, but it's just people.
I want one.
Yeah, me too, Lucky. And the art of bonsai is pruning them so they can grow healthily, but it's trimming off old shit, right?
Yes.
And so, but you can also prune bushes, whatever. So the definition is just cutting away dead or overgrown branches or stems, especially to increase fruitfulness and growth, right?
Yeah.
So the second part is what I would like to focus on. But again, it's cutting away dead or overgrown branches or stems, especially to increase fruitfulness, and growth. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we do enough pruning in our lives.
Of course not.
And it's not really until we're forced to that we realize the value of it. Because you'll be feeling some kind of way, something happens, you get the axe and stuff, and then you feel free.
Yeah, trees don't have emotions. So when you cut the branches off trees, the tree knows it's going to grow back. So it's not like the tree don't die a little bit when you cut a branch off of a tree.
True, and I told Trizzy Franco this, and he actually gave me a whole essay back. I was watching this anime called Trigun, and one of the things the guy says is, think of, the question is like, how strong are plants? They only think of growing. And then 2 months later, he gives me, like 7 paragraph text and breaks it all down. That's why I'm gonna show it to you. And yeah, to your point, like if you pull a dead leaf off a tree or cut a branch that's dying, a tree is like, oh, word, now I got more juice to like go this way.
Exactly.
And I think that we need to, we are too part of nature, and we need to act like it.
Yeah, but we're the only one. Like we're the only beings. We're the only creatures that act off of emotion rather than instinct. Like we think it's instinct. Our instincts are right, but our emotions, we let our emotions guide our instincts or our actions. Yeah. Because most of the time you instinctually know, your gut feeling, that's your instincts. You know what the right thing is to do.
Yeah.
But how you feel is what you let happen. And it's just getting past your emotions. Just understand that feelings is fickle, man.
Yep. And the example I was giving you earlier, feelings are cool, results matter, right? And when we have to deliver, it's always okay for our feelings to substitute for results. Mm-hmm. But when we want the results, then it's not okay for feelings to substitute the results that we want. So the example that's mad easy for anyone to understand, you loan somebody $20 and they bring you back 19. There is no heart-to-heart about why there was only 19. It's, give me my last dollar. Where is it? You don't care. But when it flips and you the one with the 19, all of a sudden it's, oh, no, you don't care about me because everyone, what? Yeah, no, on, give me my fucking dollar.
You never be paying me back, bro. Like, I always be swinging for you, and now you, come on.
Yeah, all that. And I don't, it's like, bro. And honestly, my only thing with that is that you can't have it both ways.
You can't.
Either you gonna press somebody out for that dollar they owe you, and you honor your situations that same way by making sure you deliver all the way, or everything is always on a sliding scale. Yeah. And I cannot even conceive of how that could be possibly productive. It's just.
I mean, everything is productive once you accept it.
Fair.
That's what I'm learning in this book. Laws.
Ooh, actually, I don't mean to cut you off, but you just gave me a really good point. But that's part of the pruning, right? Is you feel some kind of way about something that you have to accept, and it's preventing you from accepting the reality of what's going on. Yeah. And you can't correct something without accepting the reality of it. Yeah. But when you prune the emotional aspect of it and then deal with it as it is, then you can improve. Then you get your fruitfulness and growth. And it's not to say that emotions are bad. They're a compass, but they're not a decision process necessarily. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're a compass. So heed them, but they should not be the overwhelming, majority. I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I might think differently next week.
We all look. Feelings change, like the date.
Yep. Moment to moment. But yeah, you're saying about the book.
Oh yeah, it's telling you that basically, the person that you are is the person you always gonna be. But just because that's the case doesn't mean that you can't improve upon that person. Everybody, improvement and growth.
Say it again for the people, please.
The person that was a
over the applause.
The person that you've always been is the person that you're always going to be. But you can't be productive with that person until you accept that person fully. Which is just loving and accepting yourself for who you are. Flaws and all. Not saying that with that being said, it's not saying that you don't have to correct yourself and improve upon things that clearly need improvement, because we all got flaws, but it's like, you're not just going to become a new person in life.
Yeah.
Like, your tendencies are going to be your tendencies. Once you accept them, you learn how to use them productively. That's all it is. Because everything is useful. Everything you have is useful. Back to what you were saying earlier, the pocket. Everything given to you is useful. It just takes you to do that self-discovery to figure out how you supposed to be using it. Simple as that. Take your time.
I like it.
Like, yeah, like that's why it's like you can't rush shit. You have to take your time and like get into it, because you're gonna go past something that you're gonna need in the next step. So then you're gonna have to go back to figure out what you skipped over. Take your time. Take yourself in. No rush. No rush.
Take your time. Do it right.
Take your time. Do it right. And pay attention. Don't just be out here living because you're like, oh, I'm just living. No, pay attention and adjust as need be. Keep it simple. Go do some shit.
That was a strong close, my guy.
Hey, I hope somebody can utilize it. I hope I utilize it better myself. But on that note, I think that's Murder, She Wrote.
Show Liz. Until next time, Master B for president.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna take a flower out, but it was gonna fuck up the feng shui, so I ain't do it. Yeah.